All right, so I don't want to talk about that Niners game. Defense, amazing, spectacular. Every word you can use to describe someone as just awesome. That's how they were. Offense, Special teams just did not care, did not show up. They were not good at all. But I want to talk about this upcoming off season, and there's a lot of people we're losing potentially, like Rodgers, Adams, Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith. We're losing a lot of potential key components to not only the offense but the defense. Now there is some people like Dave Bakhtiari again has signed a contract. I believe I think it's 2 years more or something. Aaron Jones, I believe, has another year on his contract. We're gonna be with potentially Jordan Love as QB now. It's gonna. I mean, this team is changing, and with our window that is officially shut for right now, next year, probably 2 years, possibly 3 years, depending on how fast we can rebuild. The window is shut, and there's going to be a lot of Packers fans that are also going to leave too, and they're going to say, I've been around for a while, and they're going to go off with Rodgers, they're going to go off with Adams, they're going to go off with Preston Smith, Zadarius Smith, whatever. They're going to go off, they're going to follow him wherever they go. That is not what a real fan is. So to anyone who is sticking around, who has been around for the highs, 2 Hall of Fame QBs, 2 Super Bowls with them, a bajillion MVPs, all these awards between Favre and Rodgers. We've had a lot of highs. There's been a lot of lows in those highs. 2014, for example, terrible year. I still think that's one of the worst years in Packers history, in my opinion. 2014, not making that Super Bowl, one of the worst. But for, 3 decades? Is that right? Yeah, 3 decades. We're technically, I guess it's 3 whole decades, because I was going to say we're heading into the 2020s, but Rodgers is leaving this year, so I can't really count that. But a lot of good QB plays, and a lot of people that hop on because really good QB. They enjoy this team. This team goes far, and they're gonna hop off. They're gonna go follow Rodgers wherever he goes. They're gonna go follow Adams wherever he goes, and I'm not gonna do that. I know real fans aren't gonna do that. If you're here for the highs, you're here for the lows. And this team is dropping. We're gonna hit our low soon. Either next year or the year after is gonna be a total disaster. Expect 6 wins. Maybe next year max, maybe even 5 wins. Don't expect a lot of wins. I think there's potential where if the core components, if the people that stay, I think there is potential we could get a couple wins in there, especially with Joe Barry. Astonishing defense again. I bring that up again. So I think there's potential where we could keep it a low-scoring game, and if Jordan Love has to throw only 1 touchdown and get into field goal range twice, we could win a couple of those games. But there's going to be a lot of games now with all these superstars leaving that we're not going to be able to win with Jordan Love. So all those people that say they're real fans are going to go off because the Packers suck. And, the Bears fans aren't going to care. Vikings fans aren't going to care. Hell, even Lions fans aren't going to care, even though they're way worse. they're way worse situation than we are. But they're on their rise right now. They're looking better. They're on their rise right now. I think they could, potentially get, 7 wins next year, 8 wins next year. I think they could be a playoff contending team in 2-3 years. I think it's possible. Dan Campbell has really changed that team. But through thick and thin, I will stick around. But this is gonna hurt. It's really gonna hurt. It's gonna be really bad. So I'm moving my channel away from football. But there are going to be times where I'll make a football-related video. I'm not shutting football completely out of my life. I want to take this channel in a different direction because this channel has not been doing good as of currently, which is why I want to explore my options. But as a football fan, as a Packers fan, I'm not jumping ship just because we lost Aaron Rodgers, just because we lost our second Hall of Fame QB in a row. And it's just things happen, and there's the '80s, which I wasn't even alive for. A lot of people weren't alive for. I mean, but if you're an older fan from the '80s, they sucked. '70s, they sucked. We won the first 2 Super Bowls, and then been dicey there for a while, and then we got Favre, and everything's just been skyrocketing good. And now we're on our way down. So it's life. It happens. You're going to see a lot of people upset. You're going to see a lot of fans that just want to go away because they just don't care anymore because the Packers suck. Those aren't true fans. Just ignore them. Don't even interact with them. They bandwagon years ago and pretended like they've been here for years. So a lot is going to change. A lot of pain this coming off season. But there will be good in the future. Maybe 10 years down the line. Who knows? It's not going to be instant unless Jordan Love, unless he suddenly becomes Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre 3.0. Things are going to change here for a little bit. So, ride or die with the Packers. Good or bad, doesn't matter. Peace.